Alright, it's June 2024. My face looks a little washed out. This is Mark. And what can I do to make this look better here? That looks better. We have foreigners in our grocery store. This is supposed to be the good side of town. I want to live here because, and I don't live in a wonderful area or anything like that. I don't live in a wonderful area, but this is a good side of town, they say. I want to live here because there's less traffic. Used to be less traffic over here. It's gotten pretty bad recently, and it's just a convenient, nice place to live. There are a lot of restaurants and stuff, like a lot of things close by. There's a mall not far away. It's just less big roads, but we're getting a lot of traffic on the roads we have. But I'm seeing these foreigners in the grocery store. And somebody says, well, Mark, it's the United States of America, you're going to have foreigners, right? And in other countries you have foreigners too. But I mean foreigners. I went to the store. This is the side. When I say this is a good side of town, this is a side of town that doesn't have a lot of immigrants. Supposedly, not supposed to have a lot of immigrants. They want to be white. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter too much to me because I'm not German. So, the white people over here, I don't always mesh with. I don't even mesh with my own people with the Celts, but they're German and it's just different. 6 of one, half dozen of another. But I went to the grocery store. I was there about 30 minutes, or maybe less. And I saw somebody speaking Spanish. I thought, okay, we've got somebody speaking Spanish. There were women in hijabs, Middle Eastern women in hijabs, and there was somebody speaking African language. Two people speaking African language, I think. And I was thinking, wait a minute, we're just not supposed to let, I know it's called racist. They said Texas was racist about it. Now they're changing their tune. But it's fine. I don't care that we have internationals here. But how are we going to operate our country if our country doesn't speak English? Or what are we going to do to accommodate all these people from all over the world? Do we need to bigger roads? Do we need to build more housing? Where are these people going to live? It's happening in New York. They're talking about it in New York. They might be talking about it in California. I don't know. They're talking about it in New York. I think they're talking about it in Chicago. Mayor Lori Lightfoot was complaining about it. All these foreigners in here. It's supposed the United States is supposed to be a place of foreigners. My great-grandparents were foreign, were from Italy. My grandfather spoke Italian. That was his first language. Fine, have the Italians come over, or we had the blacks were here before the Italians, and the English were here before the Scottish and the Irish, I think, generally speaking. But it's getting to be like a zoo. And I could get in trouble for doing this video, but it's getting to be like a zoo. It's like there's nothing that really characterizes our country anymore. The Constitution is gone, and many people here don't speak English. And what I'm noticing in my city is not only do people not speak English, they don't speak Spanish. So you think, well, I'll learn Spanish, then we can communicate with the internationals. Fine. I speak Spanish a little bit. I speak Portuguese. I speak Swahili. No problem with that. But how much can our country take? What I mean is, let's say you speak English and Spanish. Most white people in the United States don't speak English and Spanish, except for the Mexicans or Guatemalans or whoever's coming over here. How are you going to communicate with Hispanics and the what do they call them? Chicanos. You say, well, I'll learn Spanish, but not everybody from a Latin country speaks Spanish. So that's kind of a problem. And then we have people from foreign countries, and you learn English. If you do learn English and learn Spanish, then what about Persian or other country or other languages? I mean, we can take them in, but I don't think they should flood us. I don't think that's what's happening now. We're being flooded. And they're going to foreign countries, apparently, what I heard, and shipping them here from foreign countries. They're not having them just cross the Mexican border. I said this before. I said, why don't we just go to foreign countries, get them on planes, and ship them here? And that's what we're doing. And I was thinking, where's the housing for? We're having a housing crisis in California. Mostly California, because of their governmental regulations on housing, on building housing. You know, one of the reasons I'm a conservative is because, and I could get in trouble for saying just conservative, because I think that people know better than the elites, is what I think. So anyway, I mean, that's what's going on. I heard Spanish. I heard Spanish and African language, and I saw some Middle Easterners. That was just 30 minutes. If you go to the other side of town on my city, you have, it looks like 20%, 25% of the people in the store are from the Middle East. You can tell the hijabs, the women, you got about 10% of the people there wearing hijabs, and other people maybe wearing kaftans and stuff like that. And okay, imagine if we did this to Iran. Imagine if they shipped us to Iran, and ship from Germany and Russia and India, and they put all those people in Iran. I mean, to an extent, that is the way Iran is. There are people from other countries. I think there are people from India. And to an extent, that is the way the United States is. But I think we can't just say, well, you want a better life? Come over here. Because I don't think the future of the United States is a better life. Gen Z has been complaining about housing. I live in an apartment, so I'm on government disability, unfortunately. I went into government disability kicking and screaming because I don't want to be dependent on the government. But that seems to be the future. So that's my take. I don't mean to offend anybody. I don't mean to say that anybody wouldn't, any individual or any family of individuals from any family from a foreign country would not be welcome. But we need to have some brakes on it, is my thought. Not everybody everywhere coming over here. Okay? God bless.